Okay, hey everybody, this is Gerald, and as you see, I've got my coffee. I hope you've gotten yours, but I'm not going to be able to really drink mine because I'm going to be doing some things. Stay with me for a minute. Let me explain what's going on here. First of all, let me thank Ken Stanton Music up there in Marietta. Kenny, what a great job you did in helping me get hooked up with this Korg Kronos, which I've got now in my stack. It replaces my Korg Oasis, which I had right at the beginning of the new century. That's another brilliant design from Korg, and I've been with Korg for a long time as far as selection of equipment. Right behind me you see a couple more Korgs. Up on the top is the Triton LE. On the bottom started out to be a Triton LE, and we did some modifications to it. Korg was nice enough to build it for me. There we are. All right, now I've got other pieces that you see, but Korg has been great. I go back to the 70s. I had a K1 Korg. It was the first one that came out. I was on tour with Thunder, and we were on the verge of going into the studio in Atlanta with Sonny Limbo producing. He's a legendary producer and Hall of Famer. And Paul Cochran, we call him the old man, he was the executive producer for our sessions. When we went into the schoolhouse there in Atlanta, which there again, that's another legendary place. So many great sessions were cut there, everybody you can think of, from Atlanta rhythm section to, well, we won't get started anyway. So that K1 was my lead synthesizer as we went in the studio there, and you hear it all over the cuts that we did there while we were in Atlanta. That was a K1 Korg, right? Well, through the years, Korg has done some remarkable stuff. The Oasis came into my hands back in the early 2000, and it had the Karma system arpeggiator that Mr. K, an engineer and sound designer, built for Korg, and it is an incredible arpeggiator that does a lot of things that you may want it to do. If you the Kronos is a very deep piece of equipment. It's not for everybody, and it's not on the market anymore because A, it was very expensive, B, not everybody wanted to use something this deep, and most of the people who did have one. And in addition to that, the chip availability for the computer chips and so forth, they're going through the same thing that the automotive industry's gone through. So the Kronos, as sophisticated as it is, just became too much for them to build anymore. So I'm very fortunate that I have one of the last two. This is incredible. And I thank Kenny for helping me to get hooked up with this Kronos, because that was it, brother. No more of them. The Nautilus is a fine piece of equipment from Korg, but this is the ruler of the roost. This is the king of the whatever you want to say. All right, well, what I'm going to do is, as I dig into this thing, because even though I've had it for a little while, I have never taken the grand tour. I've never really dug into this thing because I know it's exactly what I need to do the work that I'm pursuing this year. So now I want to see what Korg feels about this piece of equipment. And I'm going to do that by going through their pre-programmed loops that they have in here. And they're going to be basically one measure loops. They're never longer than that, but it'd be 4 beats or maybe 3 beats or whatever. And it'll be a loop on the arpeggiator with the Karma system. That's this random arpeggic system that they have. It will trigger drums in many occasions, most occasions, but sometimes it won't be. It will be bass or accompaniment sounds. Now, it will interpret just a short example of what their engineers and designers felt would be appropriate to go along with a particular sound. Now, that doesn't mean that I'll think it's appropriate or you'll think it's appropriate, because I have done similar things before with other pieces, and you make amazing discoveries, and that's what we're going to do. For instance, this sound I just played for you, up here on the top, it has this sound. Okay, synthesizer, synthetic guitar type kind of stuff. You can bend it, do various things with it by using the joystick, okay? That's what they felt should be on the top. And without the arpeggiator, this is all that's on the bottom. It's something. But now with the arpeggiator, here's what you have, see? You get it. We'll take the tour, so hang in there with me, and I'll be doing splices, and it'll probably take us from now until the day that the comet finally hits the Earth for us to get through all these patches, but we'll do the best we can. Let's just see what this thing inspires. Like I said, it's going to be around every corner. It'll be a surprise for me, but we'll see what we can do with it. Plus I have other gear here that I will add in as we go along. And let's just kind of explore the creative processes when it comes to Korg and what their designers felt like a guy like me might want to have. This should be pretty interesting, huh? So stay with me, and we're going to have some fun. Okay, pressing ahead. We are at this point, we are at combination internal bank C, well, internal C bank of combinations, and number 053, it says metal blunt blues. Okay, so let's do it. Let's see. What would be a good key for this? Let's go. D. What the hell? See what it's got. Wow. Okay. Alright. So it's got guitar down the bottom and some bass. It's heavy blues. So let's ooh. Ooh. Let's see what you can do with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright, sustain. You can bend it both ways. Let's see if we can get feedback. Lordy. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, so I'm going to walk down some chords and see what happens. Let's just test it. Alright. When you break it down. Okay, that's full blown. Okay, cool. Alright, we'll go down to the C then. Oh yeah, that's blues. Let's get out of the B flat now. And we'll resolve on the A, come back up to the D and do it again. Oh my goodness, where's that resolve chord? That was nice. To the D. Here I am up on the top of the guitar. That was pretty crazy. All right, the next one is, well, I'll cut it and come back.